Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the farm. Happy Friday. We got a pleasant surprise here. Not sure if you can hear to the side of me, but we got some newborn lambs, guys. So I'm at work this afternoon. Fridays are always crazy, just running around, trying to wrap up for the week. And I feel my phone go off. So I quick take a glance and I see congratulations on my phone. I'm like, what is this? So I opened the phone up. It was from my mom to myself and my wife. And what happens usually when I'm away, my dad will come over, he'll check on the animals. Just so happened, he stumbled upon the lambs. I mean, it had to be hours, if not minutes after they were born. Right thereafter, I quickly texted my wife. I'm like, hey, are you home? Can you get over there and check them out? And she came over, took a couple pictures. Obviously, it's exciting. And what's even more exciting, they're twins. They're both alive and they're both healthy. The crazy thing about it, guys, I actually put a short out yesterday, basically saying, okay, we know that their lambs are on the way, just don't know how long. It's probably gonna be a waiting game. Well, I've been proven to be a pretty bad guess at when these animals are gonna give birth here on the farm. The pigs, I was notorious for saying we're gonna have piglets, and then about a month later, we finally got piglets. Here, I was the other way. I thought it would be another week or two. She wasn't showing too huge, and well, guys, we have twins, so that's pretty cool. Most important part, as always, they seem healthy. They're around, they're moving. Actually surprised they're coming right up to me. I'm trying not to interfere too much. I usually don't like to get in there and handle these animals, at least for a couple days. Let them get acclimated. You can see behind, they're trying to nurse now, which is definitely a good sign. The only thing I would say is usually you get a little bit of a tail flicker. We'll see, we'll observe here a little bit. You guys came to see them, so I'm gonna flip over now and show you what's going on. So I've said this before, it is common to have twins. These are a little bit smaller at birth. Again, the ewe wasn't that big either, so potential they were a little premature, but they look good. I saw them both trying to nurse. This rooster's right here. I don't know what he's trying to do. What's up, bud? Now, I don't like to, like I said, I don't like to handle them. I'm trying to just kind of stay away for now. And obviously they're coming right up to me, so it's hard. You want to pet them, but I want them to acclimate. I don't know how true it is, but I don't want my intervention to kind of mess with their natural instinct to nurse on the mother here. So we kind of just stay back a little bit, watch what's happening. It's important at this stage, right after birth, to observe what's going on. Make sure that they are nursing like I touched on. You want to see that tail flicker a little bit. That means they're trying to get that that suckling action. And you can see right there, definitely going for it. You can also listen to kind of hear what's going on there. And then obviously just observe, making sure that their bellies are getting filled. Typically we'll know pretty quickly if you need to go to a bottle, if their bellies aren't getting filled up and they kind of have that sunken in around their ribs. That is when you know you're gonna have to go to the bottle. I'm hoping that's not the case. That is a huge commitment. That's a lot of work. Obviously, we're not gonna let our animals suffer or die. So of course we're gonna do that. We would much rather let them be raised by their mother. Obviously that's the best case for them to grow up and live a healthy life here for us. Another important piece is making sure the healthier ewe is intact. Typically, you're gonna wanna see that placenta pass. I'm not sure where she birthed here, so we're gonna have to look around. I actually did find a little bit right here. That's a good sign. Now, what I think happened to one of our sows, one of our pigs that is I think a piece of it broke off inside, and she ended up dying in the fall due to complications, most likely an infection that we didn't know about. So it is important to check her out as well. Hopefully we can find that the whole thing was passed. Nothing's kind of blocked up in there, because that's when you're going to run into more problems. I find that the biggest challenge with all this is any time that you're birthing livestock on your farm, it's important to try to be around. And this is a challenge for us because, working full time, there's a lot of times where we're not around. So it always seems to work that way, where you're gone for the day and something like this happens. I'm not sure. I left really early this morning, around 4:30 I left for work. So there's a potential she could have had them overnight, and it could be anywhere in this pasture, and not necessarily where we're standing right now. Judging by the looks of the animals, they can't be more than a couple hours old though, I don't think. So my guess is that we're gonna find something in here. So we'll continue to walk around a little. We'll continue to observe the lambs and obviously continue to check on our ewe here as well. Definitely pretty cool, guys. I mean, she seems like she's doing pretty well as a mother so far. So Brownie here on the left, she actually had twins last year as well. Unfortunately, she did neglect the one. We tried to bottle feed it. We tried to nurse it to health. And what are you looking at, Spot? So anyway, yeah, we tried to bottle feed. We tried to nurse that lamb to health. We actually had it in our basement in a crate, trying to keep it warm and bring it back, but unfortunately she didn't make it out. That's what I mean, guys. Bottle feeding can be very challenging, you know, if you have a weak animal from the get-go. So it's important day one that they're getting that colostrum that they need. And I think there's just a lot going on right now. You can see the one starting to get in there. That's kind of what we want. You know, you want to make sure you're seeing, I don't know if you guys can see that tail flickering like I've been talking about here. And we'll just sit back and we'll just kind of watch them a little bit. Really exciting. You know, that's definitely a gift when you're having lambs. If you can have twins, you know, that's definitely money for you. That's what you want. Can see there the cord's even hanging from that one still, so that'll come off eventually. And I'll also say, guys, look at the colors on these things. I mean, the markings are pretty cool. It makes me believe that Spot had his first successful lambs here. I talked about getting rid of Bucky. Was it the right decision? I don't know, guys. I have to believe that these are his lambs with just the coloring. You never know. I mean, Bucky didn't have a whole lot of color to him. He had some tan in him, but Spot here definitely has a little more coloring. I can't really tell right now, but within a couple days we'll get in, we'll handle them a little. I want to kind of see male, female, what we got going on here. If we get a tail lift the right way, maybe I'll be able to see right now. But for now, we'll just kind of let them go. Mom's eating, so that's a good sign. They're definitely curious. It's good to see them active. And it looks like we have some new friends, guys. They're just hanging out. Pretty cool, right? So I will backtrack a hair and do a real quick check. Basically, I just want to touch kind of their side, making sure that they don't have that real sunken in feel to them on their ribs. And it does feel like they've definitely got some milk, so that's very promising for us. It's also good to see the mother interested in them. When Brownie neglected the one of hers, you know, it was very apparent. She was almost kicking at it, which was a really, really sad thing to see. But everything looks good here. All right, guys, so that's it. Just wanted to give you the latest news from the farm. Really exciting, and it's also a great way to start your Friday after work. Come home to this surprise. What's even cooler is we're gonna have some more lambs. Lammy, I know her name is very creative. She's in the back there. She is definitely bred as well. I'll throw a guess out there. I know I'm gonna be wrong like I've been historically. I'm gonna say maybe about a week, and we'll be expecting some more, but we will see on them. In the meantime, we'll keep you guys updated on these. Anything that comes in addition to what we have going on right now, that's just gonna be a bonus, guys. Of course, we're gonna get a lot of rain tomorrow. I think they're calling for about 2 inches here in Pennsylvania, so go figure. The trend continues. Anytime we have new life on the farm, we get bad weather. That has been with the lambs last year. It's been with both litters of piglets. It's just the way it works around here. So we got our shelter put back in, and we're gonna monitor them. They'll be fine. These sheep are very hardy, like I've talked about endlessly here. And one last look at these guys. So as always, guys, we appreciate you watching. We're gonna be sure to give you lots of updates on these guys. So hit that subscribe button for us if you like following along on our journey, and we'll see you again soon.